Make a joyful noise unto Welcome to my YouTube page, the Hidden Treasure Zambian Gemstone page. My name is Stanley Mwase David Lungu. I'm continuing with the documentaries that we're trying to do on the Zambian gemstone industry, what it is, what is involved in the industry, and basically to just bring to the surface or to the audience the type of gemstones that you find in Zambia. So like my page and share our channel with as many people as you can, so that we continue interacting on this page and share the knowledge and the information that we have in our country. Now today we are looking at quartz. Quartz is a silicon dioxide. It's a composition of two particles of oxygen and silicon. Quartz is abundant in Zambia. It's found in almost every part of the country, and because of its industrial and domestic potence, it is a very much usable mineral product. But then the varieties of quartz are very wide. The types of quartz will be identified in form of colors, like amethyst will have a purple color, citrine will have a yellow color, we have rose quartz that is pink as well. But then all these different types of quartz have different colors because of the different chemical contents that are found in them. We'll look at the chemical contents in the next pages. But then again, the crystal system of quartz is very different from these other gemstones. For instance, if you look at this piece of quartz, you find that it's got 6 faces. So because it's got 6 faces, its crystal system is actually a hexagon. So it's got a hexagon or trigon system of crystal formation. So when you look at the crystal formation of this quartz and other stones, there will definitely be a difference, and we'll explain the difference as we journey through these same documentaries in the next page or the next few pages. So the definition of quartz, and from the definition of quartz, you find that we've got a very interesting industrial and domestic value that we attach to quartz. Because it's found in different parts of Zambia, I thought it is very important that we bring it out in the open to try and share with our viewers and make them understand that you can actually have economic benefits from the quartz that you find in Zambia, regardless of the qualities that are different. Each type of quartz has its own type of use. And like for instance, in jewelry, yes, you can use it as jewelry because it's used to increase the self-esteem of the person that is wearing the jewelry. That's a belief that some people have. Others believe it's a master healer. It heals other types of diseases. But then how does quartz heal? I'm not a healer, I'm a writer. My book is about Zambian gemstones. But then the little information that I have is that just like the copper bangle, you find most Zambians, women, men inclusive, we like wearing copper bangles. And it's believed the copper regulates hypertension. When one is seriously hypertensive or has got serious blood pressure problems, they are encouraged to always wear a copper bangle. It's a form of regulation of the whole system of the heart and the pumping of the heart. But then with quartz, in similar relation to the copper bangle, when you wear it as jewelry, as a pendant, as earrings, and as bracelets, when it's attached to the skin, the energy that is emitted through the sharp points that you find on the quartz, because it has the capacity to trap the sun heat energy from the sun, or the sun energy, and then emit it on the pointed part of the stone. This same energy is the same type of energy that is used to heal for those people that are into healing of gemstones. But then we'll talk about the details in the other pages. This is this is just an intro. Then the other usage in the manufacture of watches, it's used as as a regulator of, you know, that same the arms of the watch as they are moving. Quartz has a property that helps to regulate the same movement of the watches. Then in radios and other electronic gadgets, Quartz is used is used as an oscillator as well. So Quartz can be very good when you're using it in both industrial and domestic appliances. Domestic meaning we're coming down to watches and other smaller gadgets that we can still mention in the other chapters. But then you find like pressure gauges in industrial components. These are also using Quartz. There are a lot of usages of Quartz. But then in Zambia, the use of Quartz may not compare with how it's used in developed countries or in China, India, and these other countries where they've got massive industrial plants that manufacture different components for machines, for electronics and other things. So Zambia, we've got the resource, we've got the resource spread throughout our country, and because silicon dioxide is abundant, the basic that probably may be used in a local, in developing country like Zambia is the manufacture of glass. We've got glass factories, though this time it may not be working, but we had a glass factory that was seriously using silicon dioxide to make glass in our country. It was called Kapiri Glass Factory, but that's on a high industrial level. And because of privatization and other things, they are still working on, I think, I may not talk on behalf of the government, but then I know they are working on reviving the same factory that was using silicon dioxide. It's also known to be highly resistant to mechanical and chemical withering. So this type of stone is highly durable in any industry. You can have a Quartz component in a watch that will last for as many years as one can imagine. So Quartz has huge mineable deposits in all the provinces of our country. I do not know of any one province that may not have Quartz, but from the basic information that I've gathered from the sources that give me information, we've got Quartz in almost every part of the country. So we shall try to look at the different types of Quartz in the next recording. So I'll bring definitely a number of, I'll bring a few pieces of the citrine, the amethyst, the rose Quartz, and any other type of Quartz that I can find, just to show our viewers the type of Quartz that you can find in Zambia. So let us share my page, let us interact more as we continue bringing up content on the type of gemstones that are found in Zambia. Zambia is a type of country where you find serious deposits. It's like it's a vault of mineral deposits that requires exploit. And through our government, through systems of the government, one is allowed to come and engage in mining activities of this type of stone. Already we've got a lot of Chinese, Indians that are buying this mineral resource, and they're exporting to their countries for the purpose of manufacturing. But then what we need to share is, what are they doing with this Quartz? How is it used? And how are they adding value? Because value addition is the most important part that we need to be interested in as viewers, as people that will be interested in understanding what Quartz is under the surface of the Zambian soil. It may be used for other purposes in other countries, but for Zambia and my viewers and the people that are sharing this page with me, what I want us to understand is, how are they using this Quartz? If we all know how this Quartz is going to be used, then we're going to appreciate why God has deposited this quartz under the Zambian soil. Why for many years the Zambian soil has been holding this hidden treasure this long, when it can make an economic change in someone's life, in a country's life, and in people's lives. So when we look at the gross domestic product of our country, definitely our country is benefiting from the quartz. But then on an individual basis, we are looking at bringing in more people into the industry. We are trying to draw more interest into the industry, so that if we have many people understanding the usages of the quartz, then we all appreciate how we can be part of the industry. Right now, 70% of our population is not interested in the mineral resource that is in our country, because the only mineral resource that we know is the copper resource and maybe manganese and others. But then when you ask any average person what quartz is, they won't know what it is. Probably they will say it's a diamond or it's gold. So the book and our page is aimed at distinguishing the difference between the precious metals and the precious gemstones in our country. So my viewers, I want to urge you to continue interacting with us, so that we help each other to understand the importance and the value of the Zambian gemstone resource. Quartz is a topic that we'll concentrate on in the next page and probably the next 2 pages, so that we are able to outline exactly the difference between citrine and amethyst and rose quartz. So if we can be able to distinguish that, then we should be able to help people make an informed decision on how they can participate in the industry. So quartz is a semi-precious stone. It's a valuable resource because it doesn't have a fixed price. The price of any gemstone or any semi-precious stone depends on the buyer. So we do not have structured prices for these gemstones, because you cannot price a gemstone, because they come in different forms. This quartz will be clear. The next quartz that you get may be milky, or it may be it may be just dark in color. So the color, the clarity, and everything else is what determines the price. In the gemstone industry, there are what we call the 4 C's. There is the color, the clarity, the carat, and the cut. So if this stone is not cut, we are looking at 3 C's. It must have clarity, it must have color, and it must have carat. Carat is actually the weight of a stone that is measured against a gram, because 1 gram makes 5 carats. So a carat is a unit of weight that we use in the gemstone industry. Like my page, we'll interact more in the next page. Thank you.